How is it going, everyone? Welcome to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and I wanna play the classic mode, which is apparently an extra mode the game has, mostly focusing on being like the NES Castlevania games, or at least that's what I heard. It's an extra mode. I don't know how long it is. It might be very short for all I know, but the question is how hard it is. That's an interesting title screen. I don't think it has 8-bit graphics though, or does it? I thought it didn't. Oh, really? Well, against my better judgment, I'll pick hard. This is probably a horrible idea, but I'll do it, because I'm a moron. And morons do moronic things, and this is a very moronic thing to do. Oh, and she has a whip. And they also tried to make the intro like the one, I don't know if it was in the first game that he does the whip thingy. Probably was the first one, yeah. I mean, he doesn't do it in the second one. And in the third one, in the third one he kneels like in front of a tombstone. They also make chiptune music, but they gotta be careful here, guys. They cannot make it too similar, because Konami's not gonna be glad. So something tells me that the difficulty probably affects mostly how much damage you receive, right? It also seems like there is, well, it seems like it works exactly how you would expect it to work in a classic Castlevania game, that you have 2 lives, and I'm pretty sure that if you die you're back to the beginning of the stage. I hope, because if you go back to the beginning of the game, that's a different story. So the music is not really very loud at all, but I think the sound effects are... I could make it louder. So these things replace the merman. Oh, is this the boss already, or...? No, it's just a regular door. Pretty cool though, the way they did it, I gotta say. I say that now because this is like a very basic level. I'm gonna be singing a different tune when it actually gets hard, you know? It's fine. Something that's also... What's that bone? Wait, can I throw bones? Well, I cannot throw anything right now. Also, you know what? I just remember that in the original Castlevania you could hit walls and you could get chickens out of that. I probably missed a couple already. Also, I haven't tried how the knife is. Probably just as shit as it was in the original, right? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, what's that? It's like a screen clear? Well, we might never know. It looked like a screen clear though. Wow. Now the issue is, how do the checkpoints work? In the original, the checkpoints were mostly when you cross a door. Don't know how this one is gonna handle them. Also, what's this? Well, I'm getting a lot of, you know, like... oh, that's the boss. So it's a big bat, just like in the first Castlevania. I guess they cannot really copyright that, right? Just a big bat. Damn it. And you're dead. Well, that was easy, all things considered. Even got a... well, the full healing, yes, I will assume you do. Though, weird that I haven't gotten heal yet. Wait, you don't get a heal? That's the whole point of receiving that thing that drops from the boss. No, you do get a heal. And even have the map and everything. Though... that was a weird transition. Wait, can I? Oh, there you go. I got holy water, though there is an issue. Unlike the original Castlevania, you don't really keep your shit to the next level. Basically, my magic got reset. I mean, I don't think that's an issue, guys. Hey, well, in the original Castlevania, oftentimes you had like a lot of magic that you were not gonna use. That looks like it has chicken. This. Wait, it doesn't have anything? Wait, did I pick something up? Oh, wait, there is a crown on the other side. I don't think I can... oh, yeah, I can make it back, yeah. Just gives you score. Yeah, I would appreciate if there was healing somewhere. Not now, because I don't really need it. Ah, fuck. Damn it. Yeah, obviously the bottomless pits are an insta-death. It's a classic. You know, that's one of the biggest differences between like a classic Castlevania and a Metroidvania. The fact that Metroidvanias don't have bottomless pits. Like, that's a characteristic that I think there are some Metroidvanias, or rather games that call themselves Metroidvanias, that don't respect, but I think that that has to be a requirement. If you're a Metroidvania, there shouldn't be bottomless pits. Like, it goes like completely against both Metroid and well, the Castlevania games. So was the point of this only spawning the crown or what? Well, that reminds me that there is a score. Am I... nice, I guess I don't learn. Okay, don't try to kill that guy. That does not serve any purpose. Just jump over him. Just that it's one of those things that you think, yeah, this time it's gonna work. You can also... yeah, that's not something you could do in the NES Castlevanias. Like re-entering the... re-entering a ladder, well, a ladder, I mean a staircase just like that. At least I don't think you could. Could be wrong though. Alright, so jump over this asshole. What about that? Yeah, jump over him. No reason not to. Oh, the Medusa heads. Well, or those things. I don't even remember. I think these were Dullahan heads in this game, right? Well, by the way, the second boss in the first Castlevania is Medusa, so it's possible it might be something similar. I mean, that's the interesting thing to me, that you can have like all these enemies and they are not really copyrighted by Konami, because I mean they are simple mythology stuff. So Medusa is not a Castlevania invention, obviously. I didn't mean to do that. Good to know that that's what stops time, but why is it that thing that stops time? I think that's meant to be a shard. I mean, they could have done the clock, right? I don't see how using a clock to stop time will be something copyrighted, right? Oh, that's yeah, a screen clear. Shame that I couldn't see the way it looks. That being said, I'm most likely... Oh wait, I got an extra life. I think it's because of the score. I have 30,000. I think in the original Castlevania it might have also been 30,000 or close. Oof, that was close. Can I slide? Oh wait a sec. Yeah, I can slide. I can also die under a guillotine. Well, that's interesting because that is for sure something that wasn't in any of the NES Castlevania games. In fact, I don't think if that was even a thing in any classic Castlevania game. Because I think Richter can slide in Symphony of the Night, but I don't think he can slide in Rondo of Blood, can he? Oh, okay, so yeah, it's the item that I thought that did that. Yeah, it's the one that does that. The one that kind of looks like a prayer thingy. Also, here the trajectory of this Dullahan heads is not as annoying as the Medusa heads. Wait, hold up. Just stop time. These things are an insta-kill. I don't think they were, like... Things like this appear, or something very similar appears in Castlevania 3. I don't think these were an insta-kill in that game. Or maybe they were, and I don't remember. Good try. I could time stop here. Or no. It's just that time stopping, I'm pretty sure, well, at least in the original Castlevanias, it did not work against bosses. So if that's also the case here, there is no reason to save magic for the bosses. I mean, it's not gonna work, obviously. Oof, that was close. I don't think I'll kill you. You take too many hits. Alright, so this is gonna be the boss. Oh, already? It's Dullahan. Didn't give me time to react. Oh, am I gonna chase him? Yeah? Well, but maybe he has more? No. So it was actually worth it. If that was the classic Castlevanias, it wouldn't have worked. Or at least I remember that the time stop didn't work. Maybe it does work and I'm spreading misinformation. But no, I think it doesn't. Well, I have no lives remaining, guess. They do reset the magic you have, but they don't reset the lives you have. It's pretty fucked up. So you can throw bones. Hold up, I wanna increase my volume a little bit. I don't know if I think the stream audio, well, it could be quiet. Just that it seems that here, the only really quiet part is the music, because it's supposed to be chiptune. And chiptune, wait, what? Why am I going through that? Is that bug? Seems to be bug, right? Yeah, it works when it wants to, okay. That guy is supposed to be a skeleton. Speaking of that, so the well, those are all my lives. Hey, don't worry, you can continue. In the way the continue works, it's exactly the same as the classic ones. That hasn't changed. You know, it is pretty loud to me if basically it's a problem of the sound balance. Like the sound effects are at the right volume, but the music is too quiet. It's the issue with chiptune, that I think that unless you specifically make it louder, it's gonna sound very quiet. Anyways, I was about to say before I died that this bone is supposed to work exactly like the adze in the classic Castlevanias, which is basically a weapon that works in an arc. Ah shit, it's fine. It also seems that this game throws you, well, except for that knife, it seems that it mostly throws you the weapons that you need to use. Unlike the original Castlevanias, where usually you want to ignore like half of the weapons. And by half I mean pretty much any of them that is not the holy water. That, you know, was a pretty common thing back then. Like having games where you could pick up weapons and you basically wanted to ignore them to not get a shit weapon. Also, I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. Ouch. We'll get there, yo. Was about to say something. Yeah, I think that's mostly Castlevania, the original one, being largely based, or well, I don't know if based, but inspired heavily by Ghosts and Goblins. Well, or Makai Mura, it's the original name. Yeah. I think that there is quite a lot of inspiration there. Basically just having a lone guy marching towards a land of demons and having a lot of shitty weapons in the way. Okay, if I hadn't stopped time there, I would have died. But the question is that, well, I'm not really trying too hard to break some walls, but I feel like there aren't many easily available heals. Well, at least, wait, where was this checkpoint? These places look pretty similar, but no, this was behind. It's fine. Now, I really do wonder in terms of difficulty which Castlevania this one tries to be more similar to. Because on the classic Castlevanias, well, the NES ones you essentially have two, because Castlevania 2 doesn't really count. I mean, this game is nothing like Castlevania 2, and thank God it isn't. But essentially you have 1 and 3. You also have 4, I guess, but this game also doesn't seem to have anything from 4. I mean, you don't have a multi-directional whip, so it's pretty clear this one is like kind of both based in 1 and 3. But the question is if the difficulty is gonna be closer to 1 or to 3. Is Castlevania 1, like, I guess for people that just play a game like that for the first time, it can be pretty challenging, but it's mostly like, believe it or not, a very balanced game, very like very non-offensive when it comes to difficulty, right? Oh, that was a screen clear. But Castlevania 3, that's the one that gets very hard, and especially towards the end. Like, essentially, Castlevania 3 you can do... I'm dead. Yeah, but I'm dead because it's as I say, these things work whenever they want to. So I basically went through one of them when it shouldn't have. Oh, is this gonna be Doppelganger? Well, unfortunately, I don't have any secondary weapon. Oh, and we also have this asshole too. What was his name? I kinda forgot. Sangetsu. We're gonna fight against two of these at the same time. Isn't that a little bit of an exaggeration? I mean, they are the same boss. You don't seem particularly nimble, though. Oh. Wasn't expecting the Miriam Doppelganger to go to the top. As you expect when you die, it's back to the... Well, when you die. When you lose all your lives, it's back to the beginning of the stage. Nothing surprising there. That Doppelganger fight, I guess it's trying mostly to emulate the Doppelganger fight from Castlevania 3, though that one was not a double fight. And why does this work whenever it wants to? Hey, look at this shit. It's not a problem there, but it's a problem when there is a bottomless pit below, you know? It's fine. This seems to be like a hitbox issue when that happens. You hit it from a weird angle and it doesn't count your landing. Oof, nice. How did I do this? Okay, that was risky, but it works. Well, if I'm able to keep the time stop until the end of the stage and fight the boss with it, it should be fine. Yeah, the problem is when that's something that is very common for it to happen in the original Castlevania as well. That is that if you're holding up and you try to attack, what's gonna end up happening is that you use your weapon, guys. That's how you use your sub-weapon. You simply press up plus attack. There isn't a dedicated button, though maybe this particular mode has a dedicated button for people that are not used to it. I don't know. I mean, after all, the only reason why that's an input is because the NES only had two regular buttons. I mean, you also had select and start, but those were used for other stuff. In terms of the normal buttons, you only have two. Nowadays, the minimum is 4, and that's only for like what we call the face buttons. Like, you also have 2 bumpers and 2 triggers. So, you know. They are more than enough. Well, I could try. Just that I don't really care. I mean, I'm still gonna use up plus attack because it's what I'm used to. Right, so this place is a little bit of an issue because of these annoying ass bees. These bees basically represent the crows in the original Castlevania games. They have like that same flight. Shouldn't have jumped there, but it's fine. Well, just wasted the holy water. Then again, I don't think I'm making it to the boss right now without dying. Wait, why didn't you go down? Yeah, that's what I want. Like, I did that on purpose, but well, I died anyways. Yeah, I think that airborne opponents are the issue here. It's fine though. Here I feel like there is a lack of sub-weapon on that checkpoint. You don't get one. Well, that is in fact one of the things that also lines up very well with the original Castlevania. In the original Castlevania, if... Wow, really? It hit me 3 times, really? I was about to say that in the original Castlevania, when you lose the holy water, it's kinda over for you. I mean, it's not over, but you will have an uphill battle in everything. Just the way it works. Oops. Is there a way to restart the stage? No, like if you want to like reload your lives, you will need to basically die on purpose. That's also how it was in the old ones, but it would have been nice to have a button to restart the stage. I mean, especially when you're not gonna keep the magic from stage to stage. Though now it's making me wonder if the original did that or not. Maybe it didn't do it, but I feel like it did do it. Also, how is it going, Kyle? I'm just here dying, as you can see. It's fine. It happens. I did pick hard mode. I don't know what's the difference with the other difficulties. Maybe more damage, maybe more enemy spawn. I don't know. But yeah, I obviously didn't want to pick anything less. Would have been a bad idea. Yeah, of course, that also means that you gotta work hard to not get your ass kicked. Ah, damn it. Okay, that's fine. That's not fine. Nice. Oof, very close. That's one that I probably should not pick up. It's not like I did it because I wanted to, I did it because it happened. Well, considering that I'm most likely about to die here, and there's also a checkpoint coming up, might as well use all the magic I have. Especially in this part. Wasn't expecting that guy to hit me that quickly. Wait, that was my last life? See, that's the reason why I wish there was a button to restart, because I wasn't aware. I was just... well, I wasn't aware. I guess I didn't remember. But, I mean, that's something that depending on how the stage starts, it's not a problem. Like, if there is a bottomless pit at the start of the stage, you simply fall there and that's it. But if that's not the case, then you kinda have to stay for a long time in front of an enemy until it kills you. And so far that's something that is not particularly easy. Well, not that it's not easy, it's just that it's long. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting my ass kicked right now. The most important thing to have in this game is not really reflexes or you know, or skill. It's mostly about being patient. Like, that's the most important thing. Everything else is kinda secondary. If you're not patient, you're not gonna win. It's kinda the same thing as like more modern games like Dark Souls. It's only hard if you don't have patience, but you need to be patient. It's a requirement. See, like for example, you see something like that and you will probably get very mad. Oh, that reminds me, yeah, might as well restart with this thing before I forget that I'm out of lives. I guess it doesn't take that long. I mean, certainly doesn't take as long as getting far into the stage and then having no lives remaining. So yeah, it would be nice if they just had a button to do that. I guess they wanted to make it as old school as possible, so you gotta get the work done by yourself. It's all about being patient. That's the trick. Just be patient. I guess it's interesting to think about it that way, right? Like gothic fantasy games like Castlevania essentially in one way or another have like a modern counterpart with games like Dark Souls, right? Obviously they are not very related in terms of what like the story of each game is or whatever, but yeah, the whole thing about a lone warrior going through a dark world and where essentially the most important thing is being patient, because everything is out there to kill you. The stages are really hard compared to the bosses. Yeah, and that's mostly because the bosses are completely weak to sub-weapons, which is something that it was the case in the original Castlevania, but only for the holy water. Every other weapon was kinda dog shit in comparison to the holy water. But here in this game it seems that every sub-weapon does very well against bosses. That's gonna hit me. Yeah, pretty retro. How is it going, Wasabi? I mean, gameplay-wise, like, yeah, obviously graphic-wise it doesn't look retro, obviously, but gameplay-wise I can guarantee you it does feel like you're playing the NES Castlevanias. Like, without a doubt. No, don't go up there. Oof, nice. Oh, you do need to go up there. Whether you like it or not, okay. Well, good to know. Well, the issue is this asshole. It's not gonna be easy to reach. Nice. Okay. That's fine. That's also fine. I mean, those don't infinitely spawn after all. Really? Problem is that I don't think there is a door. Oh, but this is a checkpoint, isn't it? Wait, was this a checkpoint? Something tells me it wasn't a checkpoint. I mean, part of me wants to believe it, but I might be delusional. Well, this was the boss, so I want to assume it's a checkpoint. Unfortunately, I'm one hit away. It's a shame because I do have a sub-weapon, but... yeah. Damn it. So, is that a checkpoint? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, despite being a checkpoint... oh, you do have a weapon. It's a shitty-ass knife, but... I guess better than nothing, of course. Okay. Yeah, and all those candles, I don't think it's a good idea to hit them. Unfortunately, the knife is not really gonna make a big difference. They might go hit in the exact same way, like an absolute moron. Oh, she can whip. Well, obviously. Supposed to be your clone. You know that this boss doesn't seem pretty easy, Kyle. I mean, if I had a better sub-weapon, it would be, but I don't. Unless you tell me that has a sub-weapon, but I didn't even get the knife. Last time I did deal more damage, but not this time. So they can change direction, which is a little bit of an issue. Oh, she's dead. Oh, and this asshole gets like a special mode. Jump. Nice. Huh. I'm getting flashy there. Ah, fuck you. Yeah, that's what I need you to do. Go up. That's the best thing you can do. Ah, fuck. Damn, perfectly baited. That's how you bait a moron. And there is no bigger moron than Sangetsu. Whew. It's just dodge, I agree. Now, in this case, it's just bait. You needed to bait him. Alright, that worked. That's pretty nice. Oh, and we fell all the way here, yeah, I guess. You were supposed to be kinda next to Dracula's room. Here I wonder if it's gonna be... what was that guy's name? Cheval? Like the Alucard wannabe. Was that his name? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Yeah, Cheval, okay. Yeah, something tells me it will be that guy. Not like it's a hard guess considering that it's supposed to be the normal final boss of the, you know, regular game, but... Also, the good thing here is that you do have a bottomless pit right at the beginning of the stage, which means that if you die early, you can simply very quickly die to reload your lives, so that's great. Ouch. Okay, and here you can see that enemies start dealing 4 points of damage. That's how it is also in the classic Castlevanias. When you get to the later levels, that's the maximum amount. So here we get a shuriken. Is this like the cross? Probably, right? Exactly, yes. It is the cross. That's pretty dirty. You know that those enemies, like, that use the spear below their platform, that's something that is not technically in the NES Castlevanias, it's in Rondo of Blood. I'm pretty sure it's not there before that game. It's a Rondo of Blood thing. I mean, I guess this is mostly like a group of things. Basically, any Castlevania release after, before Symphony of the Night, anything goes. Ouch. Didn't it? Wow, that was good. Alright, these crosses also go through walls, that's important to note. Oh, that was pretty close too. Alright. Oh, that's not good. I think it's better to go above here, right? It seems like going below is the greatest idea, though. Above you have to deal with those guys. Ah, fuck. Oh, I don't have any... Well, I do have magic, but it's not enough to use this thing. I saw that, and I didn't do anything. Okay, this level is an issue. This level is indeed an issue, and I can imagine that the ones that are gonna... Oh, I didn't know that you could do that. I thought they first went horizontally. It seems like right there, they will make you use the time stop no matter what. Because I mean, you... Well, no, you can jump as long as the platform is stationary. Easy locks you from the final boss EOSD style, then that's pretty cool. Yeah, well, something I was out to say is that I think they did a very good job in trying to make this feel exactly like the NES Castlevanias. Maybe I'm gonna regret saying that when I get to the final stages and there is something ultra fucked up that wasn't even like that in the NES ones. It's possible, but yeah, for now, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. For now, it seems that it does follow it very closely. At least the essence. It's also nice for them to include lower difficulties, because I mean, the average player, and especially if you are just used to playing the Metroidvania Castlevanias, like, the movement in this game will fuck you up very badly. Yeah, you get hit by a guillotine in midair. It's pretty cool when that happens. What was I about to say? Well, in fact, I do know that Draenor, for example, cannot really get used to this sort of physics. Like, he tried to play the original Castlevania games and the whole, you know, because here it's something that maybe if you don't know all these games you wouldn't notice by just looking at me play, but when you commit to a jump you cannot go back. Like, the jump is in the direction that you first executed. Once you executed the direction, there's no going back, you know? And that is something that a very big portion of people cannot do. Well, when I say cannot do, I mean that they cannot get used to it. In my case, since I play the classic Castlevanias a lot, it's not really an issue. I mean, it is an issue in the sense that, yeah, it is harder than having the Metroidvania movement, obviously, but it's not like impossible or anything like that, right? You can do an extended whip attack forward. Huh. That's weird. See, that's something that wasn't in the... Well, as far as I know, wasn't in the OG Castlevanias. That's most... Like, that sort of special input thingy to do something special. Well, I guess Rondo of Blood had some of them, but certainly not the NES ones. I mean, the most complex input you had was the one to use sub-weapons, which was simply, you know, up attack, and that's it. Boom. I guess you could do this faster simply by... Oh, that's an issue. Yeah, with that guy there... Nice. Yeah, that's not what you're intended to do, but hey, if it works, it works. Oh, and the... What? Wait, how didn't that work? Was I supposed to go to another platform? That was weird. I feel like it should have worked. Oh well. I guess it won't. Is this a good idea? Wait, it is. Why would you ever want to go upwards there? I mean, that I got killed, but that's not related. You should also have Dracula's backflip and aerial spin. Oh yeah, you do have the backflip. And then the... When you say... No, but wait, which backflip are you talking about? Because I have the slide and this, but I'm pretty sure that aerial spin is what you meant by that. So is there like another backflip that I might not be aware of? Backdash? With what? L1? Oh yeah, with L1. Damn, alright. Well, again, that's something that was not in the original Castlevania, that's for sure. Alright, so you do have the backdash. It's interesting. I wonder how many things you have. What happens if I press R1, for example? Nothing. Triangle? Okay, so with triangle, you can use the sub-weapon in case you don't want to press up attack. And what about circle? Nothing. Okay. The triggers? Nothing either. Okay. So yeah, basically you do have a backdash. And well, the backflip in midair as well. And a slide. Ah, really? Boom. Well, I mean, the backdash here against normal enemies, I'm not really sure if it's gonna be extremely useful. No, damn it. I will blame my throat. You can jump onto stairs. Yeah, that's something I did realize. That I figured out. It's pretty useful too. I think that that's something that also got added in Rondo of Blood, right? Or maybe it was Super Castlevania 4. Can attack cancel? Yeah, you can do that. You can do backdash. Wait, why am I down here? Well, I guess I am. You can indeed do the backdash. Oh! Well, there was magic there. Okay. That's something that, as I say, it's gonna be more useful against bosses rather than against the stage. The stage, like, since your biggest worry is to not, like, fall or get hit in a bad place, those type of mobility things are not that useful because precisely you want to move the least possible. Hey, at least it's an additional option. And perfect time stop. Beautiful time stop even. Here I gotta keep in mind that damage buffering, which is essentially, you know, getting hit on purpose to get past an area by using iframes. That's not something I really should be doing. It's not a... like, not in this stage. In the previous ones, yes, it was a good idea. In this ones, it's not a good idea. By any means. Because you essentially die in 4 hits. And yeah, dying in 4 hits means that you can only tank those 4 hits. 1 coin clear. I kinda wanted to try to 1 coin clear the original Castlevania. It shouldn't be too hard. I guess it's mostly about routing to know exactly where to go and when to go, right? Mostly keeping the holy water as much as possible. Ooh, that was close. Nice. Okay, going from off a screen like that is very shitty. To be fair, that's also what the crowd does in the NES Castlevanias. Like, the crowd doesn't give a fuck about anything. That's just the way it behaves. Basically the most... one of the most annoying enemies in the classic Castlevanias. I mean, any airborne enemy is annoying, like, that's just simply the way it is, but yeah, that one is a very special asshole. Now this is an issue, because you could... Oof. Okay, I'll take that. The issue is this jump. Last time I tried doing this jump and I ended up dying. I just died to this. What am I missing? I mean, if I do it again, I'm gonna die again. What's the secret here? Oh, maybe you want me to do that? That will be fucked up though, right? What if you crouch? Do you resist knockback? I don't think you do. At least you didn't in the original. Yeah, the air spin, but that's weird that they will require you to do the air spin and they not telling you. This is the classic horizontal scroll with the birds dropping enemies. Some of them are getting bugged, by the way. They are landing and getting stuck. Pretty funny. It is also another classic Castlevania thing. Oh, we have the like the wall snake or whatever the fuck it's called. This is not a boss, it's a regular enemy. What's that? Oh, it's like I have more power now. Looks like it. Didn't buy the physical edition, so I couldn't read the controls. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know if that's better than... Well, actually it is. Against these guys, it is better than Holy Water. Shame that I missed. Ah, fuck. Okay, might not be a good idea to confront them like that. I already miss a lot, though. That's not good. I mean, I think that jump, by the way, from the previous screen, you can also probably do it by simply doing a diagonal jump instead of needing to do a backflip. Oh, we got food? Well, that's very useful to know. So they really like spawning these guys. I tried jumping, but I was still in recovery. I don't know what this does, but it's like it apparently makes you stronger. Oh, the werewolf. Oh no, actually we do have the... It's supposed to be the recreation of the creature boss fight plus the Fleeman, right? I don't understand. That's so random, dude. Like, there are some times where that works and some other times where that doesn't work. And it makes me feel that it's kind of like that one... Maybe it's because I'm attacking, but a lot of times I do attack and you don't die. Well, regardless, I will die to reload the lives, yes. Alright, so the thing about that fight is that, well... The original can also be very annoying. But yeah, I don't think that the bone there is gonna help me. Like, I feel like for that one I need to use the holy water, well, or the time stop. It's just that the time stop you kinda lose it very early, so unless you hold on to it, you're kinda screwed. I can't believe that. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, I think that if you die in this first screen, it's better to just reload lives. Yeah, you have some precision jumps. Though differently from I Wanna Be the Guy, you do not have like the controls that you get from I Wanna Be the Guy. So yeah, that is kind of an issue, but it's fine. Now the question is, will I remember every single place that has a power-up so I can somehow keep the time stop until the end? Well, the answer is no, but will be ideal, because doing the boss fights with time stop, considering that here it actually works. Well, okay, so that's the first one you have to remember. Well, good to know now. That one, well, and you're gonna make me redo it anyway, so yeah, that one you will have to ignore it. Then after that, I think comes the... Is the holy water the one that comes after that? Because if it's the holy water, I could ignore that, and then it's ignoring the bone. The issue is remembering the location, that's the problem. Yeah, ideally that's what you want to do, and that's what I remember also doing for stage 4 of the original Castlevania, which is save the holy water. Like, no matter what, you needed to save the holy water until you get to the boss fight. That was the most important thing. Anything else was completely secondary. Just get the holy water to the boss fight. Especially in the original Castlevania, without the holy water, that's a very hard boss fight. Like, it's not like it's extremely hard, but I mean, hard enough to be a problem. Stupid ass bees. And the issue with bees is that I already hate them. As you know, as I say, in the original Castlevania, those are meant to be crows. I don't mind crows in real life, you know? Like, of course they can be douchebags if they want to, they are whatever. Usually they are. Birds in general, I don't mind them. But bees or any insect, I hate them. So, essentially when I see them being annoying in a game, it's like, why do you want me to hate them more? I already hate them. That mostly happens with spiders though. Spiders tend to be a very, very common annoying enemy. They are there to annoy you exclusively. Very rarely you will see a spider in a game that is not an enemy. I mean, even in a game like Undertale, that the whole point is to befriend monsters and whatever. Like, yeah, a spider is still an enemy. Like, you can befriend the enemy, but it's an enemy nonetheless, you know? It's not an ally from the beginning. And that game does have NPCs that are allies all the way. But yeah, not the spider. The spider, in fact, the spider is one of the big bosses. Or, well, I guess I should say one of the bosses. Because, you know, it's either a normal enemy or a boss. Yeah, the spider is a boss. Alright, I'll take that. Here the bee. Only that piece of shit could go upwards when I want it to go upwards, but it's fine. Okay, perfect. So the question here is, what other place has a weapon? Because if these are, for example, if it's magic, yeah, it is magic. I don't know about this one. Yeah, that one is not magic. Now the problem here is that if you're in the third cycle, it's not easy, I think. No, it is. You're not gonna attack me. Yeah, unfortunately, a stupid ass skeleton. Well, the skeleton that is not a skeleton, you know. We all know it's supposed to be a skeleton. Oh, there is something down there. Oh, nice, there is food. Well, that's extremely useful. Like, knowing exactly where you get food. Now, the question is this asshole. I mean, I could stop time. And I will. Got him. Unfortunately, well, even if I am able to... Oh, that's the holy war. Well, at least that one is super easy to ignore. But the question is, will I have enough magic? Because, hey, like, even if I... Yeah, so as you can see, some of them get bugged when they land. Pretty funny. Now, I don't know if enemies can even drop magic. I don't think they can, right? In the original they could, but I haven't seen them do that in this game yet. I guess that's the reason why in the original you end up having so much magic towards the end. Because aside from the candles, you also have every enemy dropping it. Fuck. This enemy is an issue. Oh, well, I guess that answers my question about the magic. Now, the issue here is I cannot die. I cannot die no matter what. So which one of this was the bone? This one? Yeah. Well, with this ones at least I could try time stopping. Well, try. I will time stop, obviously. So there was food here, yes. There is another one of this here as well. Don't know if that was a good time stop, because he's not gonna die, but he's gonna die of another one. Alright, and this should be enough magic to just kill this guy with time stop, assuming the time stop affects him, because maybe it doesn't, and that will suck. Oh, it doesn't! It actually does not do shit. I guess we had our fun already, but it couldn't last forever. Well, I don't need it. I don't need your time stop, bitch. Though that's fucked up, because all of a sudden time stop doesn't work. But yeah, I didn't need it. The magic got stuck in the ceiling. I don't know. Then again, I didn't really need it. Wait, I don't like the way this look. There are two bosses here. That's bad. So is this the final stage, but instead of... Well, look. The way it is in the original Castlevania... No, but that's the problem. In the original Castlevania, they are two stages. There is not, like, only one. So that's the problem. If this is like an extremely long stage with two bosses and no checkpoints in between, this is gonna be torture. Because in both Castlevania 1 and 3, you have the second to last stage be a different one from the last one. In fact, in Castlevania 1, the final stage even has an additional checkpoint right before the final boss. Like on top of being a stage by itself. So it would be fucked up if that wasn't the case here, but we will see. So the time stop is so amazing. The face tanking always works in these games. I'm assuming these are insta-kills, right? Well, insta-kills assuming you don't have iframes. Okay. So it took a long time for them to spawn the Ads Knights. Took them quite long. Oh, extra life. No, damn it, stupid ass knife. Man, the knife really is a weapon that... Like, it's a debuff. I mean, look at this shit, dude. Like, I needed like, what, 15 knives to take him down? That's unbelievable. And the knife is historically the worst weapon in Castlevania in pretty much every game. In the only game that it's mostly useful, it's Rondo of Blood, and that's only because the item crash exists. Like the item, well, I guess Rondo of Blood and Draculaetes, which are, you know, based on the same base, right? But yeah, in that one with the item crash, at least it's half decent. Without it though, it's a piece of shit. Alright, so this is gonna be the clock tower, so pretty clearly we're gonna be going against death. Well, death? But will they just do like the Grim Reaper just like that? I mean, what else could they put if it's not that? I wonder. Ah, shit. At least that's a checkpoint, I'm assuming. Yeah. You know, I'm right now very scared about the... Oh, what's that? Wait, nothing? Really? Well, that's fucked up. You know, sorry, I'm interrupting myself. I meant to say that it's very annoying that there might be two bosses in the same stage. I just want to imagine it won't be the case, but I don't see why the map will show two bosses at the same time. Hey, that's like very improper from Castlevania in general. That shouldn't be the case. Like, I'm pretty sure no Castlevania game had like two bosses in like a long ass stage in the final stage. I mean, you did have the final boss having two phases, but I mean, that's still the same boss, obviously. Trying to remember, but even weird ass Castlevania games like Castlevania Chronicles, I'm pretty sure had only one boss at the end. Okay, if this was the classic Castlevania, that would have been death. Because in classic Castlevanias, when you go up a vertically scrolling platform, anything that you pass, like in the bottom, is essentially now a bottomless pit. Something that before was a regular platform, no, now it's a bottomless pit. Now it's not accessible. You know, that's the thing. But yeah, in this game they forgive you. You can fall. It's just that you obviously need to go back up. But yeah, fighting this guy under these conditions is an issue. Yeah, that's gonna be very, very cancerous. Extremely cancerous even. So I don't understand what's the point of destroying that platform, since it doesn't seem like it gives you anything, so that will be an issue. Okay. That works. Oh, I could have also ignored that guy. It's a shame though that you cannot really do that with... Wow, nice. You cannot do that with the snake enemy. Well, snake or dragon or whatever you wanna call it. So what should I do then? Because, I mean, well, the expected answer is fight him, but it doesn't seem like a good idea at all. Yeah, that just seems like a horrible idea, but tanking it, it's just too much damage. Oh, you can still shoot from down there. Oh, that has to be a chicken. Well, just that in this game it's not really a chicken. It's like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. Like, it's a meal with rice, right? Supposed to be curry or some shit. Ah, fuck. I tried to crouch, believe it or not. So this seems to be the final hallway before at least the first boss. Unfortunately, after that we might see something else. Assuming I can beat the boss, of course. Are you shitting me? A nice waste of magic, dude. So this is most likely gonna be death, or the equivalent to death. Oh yeah, it's this bitch, well, which is the equivalent to death, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, the holy water in this game is not as broken as in the original Castlevania, so... Oh, really? Okay, at least those are pretty slow. For now. Though they stay there forever or what? Ah, that was bullshit. Hey, come on. So you have a checkpoint here. Unfortunately, yeah, the weapon that you have to use is the holy water. Well, that's assuming you die to the boss and you respawn. Otherwise, you can bring the cross, or well, shoot again. That one is way more useful. In fact, the cross is useful against the... against death in the Castlevania games. In this one, it also seems like it should be useful. I don't know how to hit the ones on top. I think that unless you have... like... well, a weapon that goes upwards, you're not gonna do shit. Wow, that didn't even fire, nice. I gotta say, it's very creative to have the sights be replaced by quarter moons. Ah, that was so close, damn it. It was only one more hit. That really sucks. That was so extremely close, but didn't work out. I'm surprised it was that close. I feel like I didn't deal that much damage. Even if it was close, as I say before, how do we know that's the end of the stage? I don't think it is. Though, as I say, if it isn't, then they are not following the original Castlevanias. They did not have two bosses like that. It did not work that way. But at least the good thing is that against that boss, the backdash is extremely useful. Yeah. Though the thing is that if this is the boss that we are fighting here, it might also be possible that the final boss is Dominic, because like Sheval came before this guy in the original game. Now of course it doesn't have to follow how it was in the original game, but... Okay. I don't have the time stop here. I mean, getting hit by the beast is not a big issue because assuming you get iframes when you land, it's fine. And I will assume you do. Okay. It seems like this stage, at least up until the part where you have to go upwards, it's not really that hard. At least compared to the previous stages that have been pretty tough, all things considered. But this one only gets tough when you have to start going upwards. Before that, it's mostly free. As long as, again, you're patient. That will be the most important thing. Patience. And if you are patient, it's easy. There's also the fact that there is not that much enemy density in the first place, so there's not much reason to not be patient. But this is when the stage gets annoying. You know, you have to kill that bee. It's not gonna leave you alone. Also, I didn't know there was a bone there, or maybe I did, and it simply got replaced by the cross that you get later. Not sure how useful the vein will be. The bone will be against the boss. I also don't remember where the shuriken was. There. That was where the shuriken was. You can very easily miss it if you just whip that shit. It's lost forever. Or you need to die. That was pretty fucked up. It's fine. No problem. I wouldn't say that we are already back, because we are not, but... As you can see, these things do not respawn, so... Unless you die, you are not picking it again. What's here? No, it's just more magic. Ideally, I would want to not get pushed to the depths here. You will be so kind. Oh, that guy tries to get me from the top. Good try. It ain't gonna work though. The one that will most likely work is this one. And by work, I mean work against me, of course. I don't know if you can stay in between the gears. No, you can't. Well, at least we figured that out at the same time that it died. Good to know. Alright. You can ignore half of this. Then right there you are essentially at the top. But yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to have the bone instead of the cross. I feel like the cross will be more useful against death. But well, we have this, so we gotta use this. Need to be thankful we even have it. Because the holy water as it is in this game is certainly not more useful than the bone. Ah, for fuck's sake. It's pretty easy here to get hit by a random Dullahan hill. It just happens. Oh, here I can actually hit the ones on top. Hey, I don't know if I can win. We will see. The contact damage here is so fucked up, dude. It really is. There's not much I can do against that. Why the fuck are there stairs there? Or, well, actually, hold up. I wonder if you can go down, guys. If you can go down, it will be useful here to re-loot this. Yeah, you can actually go down. That's something you cannot do in the regular, well, classic Castlevania games. Like going back to a previous room like that, no, it doesn't work that way. Well, there, if I really wanted to, I could go back to pick up the cross, but I won't. It's a shame because really the holy water is not useful. Well, it's not useful. I mean, it's useful, but not as much as I would like. Wait, no way it got bugged. There is no boss. Higarashi, your game is broken. I can't believe this. Nice. Alright. How does that even happen, dude? Like, right there, it didn't even spawn. It's not that it was invisible, it's that it wasn't there. That's so fucked up, dude. Actually getting scammed like that for free. That's so shitty. Like, there's nothing I could have done right there. Fuck. That's so unfair. Maybe I shouldn't move, because I kind of want to preemptively strike, but it didn't appear. Maybe that's the issue. I shouldn't attempt a preemptive strike. Should stay in the middle of the screen to make sure that you spawn properly, I guess. Because it's supposed to spawn immediately. Oh, that contact damage, dude, is out of line. Hey, that's very out of line. Actually, the holy water does work relatively well there, but that's only if she's in, like, next to the ground. The contact damage is very fucked up. That also did that in the original Castlevania, those movements, and you also, like, will get contact damage super easily. But I think that Dead had better telegraph moves. Well, maybe not, actually. But this one feels too direct. Like, Dead usually had arcs that kinda told you where it was gonna go. But yeah, I guess that is a pretty bullshit boss regardless, so this one is just following what it does. Damn, this enemy is cancer. Problem is that doing that jump, like that backflip, like it's asking to die, basically. While the enemy is alive, I mean, obviously. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like that previous attempt should have been the good one, but it was not. The good one where, like, that boss dies, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's the one where you beat the stage. I still hope it is, of course, but it might not be. And if it's not the case, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, cry, I guess. That's what we can do. Sometimes it's useful to cry. To relieve some stress. It's very possible that because of the map you will not finish the stage there. Can you attack that snake enemy from behind the back? Yeah, it's just that it's not worth it. Like, yes, you can do that, but like, it takes too many hits to down, and the rewards, I mean, getting a lot of magic is nice, but I don't think that it's worth it either. Because I don't think the lack of magic is the issue here. Well, in fact, that hasn't really been the case so far. I think it's only been the case in some areas where magic was optional anyways. Well, I mean, magic is optional everywhere, but the point is that usually when you get to the boss you will have enough magic. So yeah, essentially no rewards that that thing gives you are worth it to waste time killing them. Yeah, well, the time limit is also not really that relevant. Like, yes, there is a time limit and you cannot just fuck around like wasting time, but I mean, it's a time waste in the sense that it's not worth it, the time invested. Like, there could be no time limit and it will still be a time waste, you know, to kill those enemies. I mean, you only want to kill them if you don't have a choice. Like, if you need to go through there and they are in the way, but otherwise ignore them. Well, them and basically any enemy that takes a lot of hits. Wait, the cross. It fell. I mean, I completely forget about this sort of shit. Well, I always do, it's not something new. But judging how the holy water work, I think the holy water might not be as bad of an idea as I thought. I mean, it's obviously not the same holy water that you have in the original Castlevania. It's nowhere near as useful as that. It does deal a good amount of damage, but only when the boss is next to the floor, not in any other circumstance, obviously. Trust. So how did I deal with the other guy, by the way? Like the snake that... fuck me. The snake that is in... well, after this. I don't remember what I did last time. Did I simply beat it? No, I'm pretty sure I didn't beat it. Did I simply ignore it somehow? Problem is that here I can only take one more hit. Or rather, no, I cannot take one more hit. That's the issue. No, I remember what I did, but... yeah, no. I mean, I mostly did it with the bone, not with the shitty ass knife. So yeah. Yeah. That's the reason why it's not worth it to confront those guys. Like, there I didn't have any choice because it's in the way and I couldn't take another hit, but you don't want to deal with those. It's just a bad idea, no matter how you look at it. Well, what I need to do right now is remember that the cross exists. Well, that's not the issue. It's remembering that it's on that candle above. Just remember that and you're gonna be fine. Or no, probably not. Well, see, the problem is that I did remember, but at the same time, you have that enemy coming at you, and there's not much you can do at that point. Like, that enemy, if you don't deal with it, you're gonna get hit, so you're screwed either way. This should be a reset, because I'm not gonna survive this. And especially without the cross. So the cross against that snake, I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. Like at that point, I think the bone is probably more useful, but you do what you can. If you do have enough health to simply tank, you should tank. Again, those enemies are not worth confronting under any circumstance that it can be avoided. The issue here is knowing if it can be avoided. So how do you do this? Because you will have to... Okay, I guess the problem is that timing it with the platform is very hard. Like, being on top of the platform and then hit it, yeah, there is no problem with that, but timing it as the platform is moving without you is not really simple at all. That really hit me, dude. It's unbelievable. Yeah, this cross I don't think is gonna be worth shit here. You cannot really ignore it. As much as I would like to, it doesn't really work that way. I guess something that you could do. I guess you can jump in between gears, but he's such a piece of fucking shit. I think there is a place that you have a time stop here, right? You probably should do that. Like, basically keep the time stop until the end. And it should be possible. I mean, the only thing that made me switch it was the knife, that I now remember where it is. But if you can have the time stop, use it right there, obviously. No, okay. Kill me, please. Please kill me. Damn, I cannot even do that. Wait, well, that guy wasn't hitting me. Well, the issue here is... yeah, restarting will require very annoyingly getting hit by these guys over and over again. And these guys, for some reason, as you can tell, seems that if you are inside of their hitbox, they don't deal any damage. So yeah, obviously it's not nearly as easy as, you know, having a bottomless pit. That helps a lot. But that should be a standard, having a bottomless pit at the beginning simply to reload lives. But it isn't. And you die, you fucking piece of shit. There you go. So this guy, that's the issue. If you try to jump where he is, okay, right there it worked because he was pretty far. Yeah, otherwise you kinda want to just hit him in the air, but it takes a very long time to do that. Alright, so where did you get the time stop? Or did I dream about the time stop and it actually doesn't exist? I'm pretty sure there was a time stop somewhere here, wasn't it? Maybe not. Did I really make that up? Maybe I did. No, it's there, okay. So that's the one you have to keep until, well, hopefully until the very end. It's most likely not gonna work against the boss though, but at least until you reach the boss, until you reach the hallway. I think that's a good enough point. Sure as. Okay. But yeah, essentially the first weapon to dodge is here. The question is where exactly? I think... oh, you had to... oh. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is that one, okay. You know what to dodge that? I didn't mean to do that, but I guess it will help me approach. No, the issue is that with this amount of health, I don't think you are surviving a long time at all. I don't even remember, was there food here outside of at the end of the place that you have to go up? I feel like there was, but where? Was it around here? No, maybe I'm making that one up, so otherwise I would have seen it already. It's a shame though, because with only one hit to take, I'm most likely not surviving. This one was also an item. No, it wasn't. Alright, time stopping here will help actually. It also... Fuck. I got hit there? How? Did you see that? That shouldn't have hit me. Yeah, it feels like it didn't cross me. Maybe it did, I don't know. It didn't look like it. I feel like I got scammed there. You sack of fucking shit. I cannot randomly get hit by these guys. Like, that just cannot be. Yeah, like, those hits are not acceptable. And the problem is that they are happening. Okay, well, as you wish. But yeah, this is a problem, because it seems like I can no longer do this part. Was able to do this part multiple times before, but I guess not anymore. I lost the ability to do that. It's mostly the Dullahan heads that are preventing me from progressing. Seem to be the real issue though, yeah. Right there it wasn't the Dullahan head. And yeah, no, it's the whole thing. It really is a shame that the boss was one hit away from dying, because if you do get a checkpoint, then the amount of time we are wasting right here is insane. It kind of reminds me of Sham King in that regard, you know? Like in Sham King, you make one mistake and that can make you go back like hours when you maybe were about to beat them up, right? So this one kind of feels like that, but in reality that's also how a lot of old games were. Like, usually the way the checkpoints were balanced meant that you usually, you know, made one mistake and that costed you an insane amount of time. No, you're not gonna hit me. Good try though. The issue here is that I don't have any extra life to like get hit and have a full health attempt. Because this thing doesn't fully heal you, it heals half of your health. Which is good, just not good enough, and especially if I get hit by these pieces of shit. Nice. No, I'm not even gonna attempt it. It's a waste of time. Alright, I guess we gotta do another attempt. Damn it. I will be pretty pissed off if you get at... I mean, I guess I will be relieved, but in the same way very pissed off if beating the boss of this stage gives you a checkpoint, because I could have gotten that half an hour ago. I was one hit away. So it will be very upsetting. But the alternative is not better, you know, because the alternative will mean that you will have to go through that every time you want a shot at the boss that comes afterwards. So yeah, I think I rather get the checkpoint, you know? It's like a better idea. So hopefully this time I don't get hit as many times as last time, because last time I just got hit so much. An insane amount of times. What the hell? Wait. Oh, really? This is insane, dude. Like, they are doing it on purpose. Like, now that I know exactly, like, where the weapons are, and that I can, like, actually go far with the weapon I want, they are doing all this shit where they don't let me get far with it. All this shit that wasn't happening before. They are doing it 100% on purpose just to fuck me over. Ah, damn it, dude. I still feel there was a healing item here somewhere. But I think I am making that up. So I will have found it already. But wasn't there one? Maybe on this ladder? No? You know, maybe it didn't happen. I did not mean to do that. You can't be serious. You cannot possibly be serious. Alright, I'll reset the lives if that's what you want. Ah, god damn it, dude. I'm getting absolutely fucked right now. Oh, you actually can get those guys with a slide. But I didn't want to do that, you know? Hey, let me reload, come on. Let me reload, there you go. Okay. So. Hey, I don't know, I just want to get to the... to like the final place with the time stopper. Don't think I'm asking for too much, you know. I think I'm being very reasonable. I'm not even asking to beat the stage, even though obviously that's the objective, but no, I just want to get far with the time stopper. That's it. But they are not letting me because they know that it's the right idea. So they are sabotaging me. They are actually getting in my way in unconventional ways. Yeah. That's so... like, it's shit like that, for example. Shit like that didn't happen before, but it's now just screwing me over. Unfortunately, this bee will be an issue. Okay. At least this amount of health is not that bad. Yeah, like, I don't remember. Like, I feel like there was a healing item somewhere here. Oh, you suck of fucking shit. But where was it? Or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I am going insane. And honestly, you cannot blame me. Well, let's reload again. But, like, it's what I was saying. Not even in the first try I was dying this much at the beginning. I feel like the game has reverse rank. Like, it gets harder the more you lose. No, obviously not, but... Alright. Come on. You getting the staircase in such bad moments, it's actually crazy. Feels like you're doing it on purpose. Alright, well, let's reload again. Yeah. It's gotta be like this. It's pretty messed up. Like, why are the hitboxes screwed there? Like, how can you not get hit when you're inside the enemy? That doesn't make any sense. Like, how fucked up are the hitboxes that you somehow cannot get hit if you are inside of the enemy? It just doesn't even make sense, especially using 3D models that I'm pretty sure that they have 3D hitboxes. Well, maybe not, maybe they do have 2D hitboxes, but well, that's the thing, it's irrelevant. Whether it has 2D or 3D hitboxes, how is it that being inside one of those enemies is not a hit? Doesn't make any sense. Like, for some reason the hitbox might be like 2 bars around the enemy, but why would you do that? Like, that makes no sense. Oh, that didn't work. Didn't really want to waste the time stop there, but these beasts need to be dealt with. The problem is that when they are kind of like on top of you, they behave in a weird way that is not easy to control. I only took 1 hit for now. For now. So far so good. And I have the time stop that I just wasted 1 charge of. Fuck me. See, the time stop is not cheap. Like, it costs 5 charges of magic. Well, 5 units of magic, I guess, should say. It's certainly not cheap. It's the most expensive item, in fact. That was also the case in the original Castlevania. It was the most expensive item. I almost fucked up. If that was the original Castlevania, I would be dead. Yes, I wouldn't be able to, like, recapture the staircase in midair. Alright, so don't time stop here. You have a strategy, which is that one. No reason not to use it. Okay, don't hit that. Well, don't hit that, it depends, because... Why did you delay that one so much? What the hell? I swear the game is fucking with me, dude. You were not doing this before. You are doing it now, exclusively. Okay. Come on. Oh, that thing despawned somehow. Not complaining, of course. If anything, that's a good thing. That was bad. Oh, nice. That was lucky that I landed on the platform instead of falling all the way down. Now the issue is... I think that you kinda want to wait a cycle to jump. Nice. Perfect usage of jumps. I wanted to enable, like when I realized I was gonna get hit, I wanted to enable the time stop and I couldn't. I should have done it earlier though. You know, I didn't even remember that enemy being there. But I guess it was there. Alright, well, time stop his ass then. Okay, well, at least I avoided dying, but yeah. Now, against the snake enemy, what can I do here? Because, like, that's the thing, it is already spawned. It's simply to kill it easily, but there is no really any way to avoid him. You should do what you can with it. Right, this guy shouldn't attack you. I guess that's very nice of him. He could easily attack you if he wanted, but he doesn't from that distance. Just in case I backdash, yes. Wasn't so sure though. I kinda wanna see what that item is, but probably not worth it. Okay. So at least I made it to the last checkpoint. That counts for something. I could get to the boss without the time stop, but it's most likely not gonna do shit though. If it does manage to do something, I will be surprised. Like, maybe not stopping the boss, but it will at least be nice if it stopped the sides. Realistically, it's not gonna stop anything, but I want to see at least, you know? It did not stop... Well, actually, no, the sides, no. Not even the sides. No, completely worthless against this boss. Well, and at this point, it's safe to assume that it's worthless against any boss. Well, at least I know. I mean, I pretty much already assumed it was gonna be the case, but yeah, at least now we have official confirmation, I guess. Hold up. Go down, actually. And heal. Can the guy from behind hit me there? I'm not sure. Maybe. Hard to tell. Like, it looks like it's kinda there, but kinda not. Alright, so the important thing... Well, hold up, we're still not there. Do not do any plans when you're not even where you... Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't make plans. Okay, so... Only use the holy water when you know she's gonna quote-unquote land. Do not use it for any other reason. How did I not hit that? No, that's the wrong side, you sack of shit. I just cannot get it out of my mind, the one attempt that I had with 1 point of health remaining. Like, the boss had 1 point of health remaining. Like, how could I erase it from my mind? It's not possible. And I wasn't even aware, that's the saddest part. Or, well, I was aware right at the end, but... Also, here it's pretty sad that I'm so close to an extra life. It's at 30,000, but I'm not there. So being close is not enough, obviously. That's absolutely bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. I cannot believe you did that. Yeah, I think that I lost my ability to to beat this boss. I cannot do it any longer. I think that it was that one lucky attempt and then never again. That sucks. I guess I could do one attempt with the cross, but the issue with the cross is that you have to get past the... the snake enemy, and that doesn't seem like a good idea. But god damn it, dude. So it really seems like I'm not gonna beat this today, because if there is one more level after this one, just won't make it in time, you know? It ain't gonna happen. It's fine. Are you gonna go down? Okay. Come on. You should be more than able to pull this off. Though... pretty crazy, because maybe in that one attempt that I was one hit away, it was simply pure luck. It was nothing more than luck. But then, did I really get that lucky? That's the first time that I cannot kill that enemy before it hits me. What the hell, dude? It's like I'm getting worse at the stage. It's fine. And here I feel like I could use the time stop more, but considering that I also probably need multiple uses of it by the time I get to the snake enemy, might not be the best idea to abuse it. At the same time, the time stop will also make sure that, well, while the time stop lasts, you won't have to deal with, with those assholes, with the Dullahan hills. Okay. Okay. Stay there. Wait, what did I get there? Did a weird sound. Maybe it was simply a bag of money or some shit like that. So the trick to kill those spear knights is to do it on a staircase. They don't attack you if you're on a staircase, only if you're in the same like floor as they are, kinda. If that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, here just spam this guy full of... Oh, that's an issue. Well, at least I intercepted the fire, but... yeah, like... this guy is out of his mind as an enemy. At least the game doesn't spam them. Well, neither did the original Castlevania, but... yeah, could have been worse. I did use a lot of magic to do this, but... that's fine. I mean, again, you are not really lacking in magic. Hold up, since I have enough energy here, I want to see what's in that candle here. It's just 1 point of magic, okay? Cool. But you know, even if I had 0 magic right now, it wouldn't really make a difference. Because you will have enough by the time... Hold up. Does the healing respawn? That's a good question. I will assume it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, the enemy will respawn, yeah. I even prepared with the champagne, it didn't work. God damn it, dude. Sdulahan pieces of shit. Keep in mind that they are not as fast or as annoying as the Medusa heads. If this had the same trajectory and speed as the Medusa heads, this will be so infuriating. They are slower and have a more pronounced arc. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning with this amount of health, but... Wait, you spawn from there this time? That's unexpected. Oof. It's also an issue though, spawning that shit from there. Oh wow, I got it? No way. Yeah, but that's the issue. I don't think the station's here. You can see I didn't get any item. It says saving, but does that mean actually saving? I don't know, it might not. I want to believe it does, especially since I actually got healed. But it's weird that it's like that, like... That's not what happened in the OG Castlevania. Like in the OG Castlevania, death drops you like a heart and you go on to the next stage, but... I mean, I don't mind. Assuming you get a checkpoint, I don't mind. But it's just a little bit weird. Also, yes, if I do get a checkpoint, it's incredible how I could have like gotten here more than half an hour ago. If only that one attempt would have happened. It's fine. We will see what happens. I really hope I don't need to retry that. If we do... Well, if we do, I can probably guarantee you I'm not beating this today. But yeah, it's just weird. Like, if at least it was like the original, you could ask... Like, it doesn't make sense, but at least it's following how the original was. But no, there's something here. I knew it. That looked very suspicious. Shame that I got hit regardless. Now the question is if it will also be like the original, where the final boss has a checkpoint of its own. Or if it's gonna be like Castlevania 3, where... Not only the boss doesn't have a checkpoint, but also if you die to the boss, you have to respawn from further. Right, so this is the iconic staircase. So this is where the boss is. So, you know, I'm assuming this is a stage, a single stage. Which means, well, if you die here, you most likely will respawn right before the boss, but... So it is Shevel, I guess. Yeah, Shevel. You're a little bit bigger than in the actual game, though. Oh, and he's only weak to headshots, I think, like the original Dracula. So, you do get a normal checkpoint here if you die. But the question is... Now, I will assume that if you lose all your lives, you are back at the beginning of the stage. Which makes sense. So, the weapon I have is the axe. I don't know if that's the best one to have. I mean, it's not bad, but... Well, it's certainly better than the knife, I can guarantee you that. Okay. It seems that he has the... Yeah, like the fireballs and the energy balls. Now the question is here, the whole hell bar belongs to the two faces, or if it is... Uh-oh. Okay, no, that's pretty easy. Or if it is shared between the two faces, because the damage I'm dealing right now is extremely bad. Oh, you have a command grab. Well, a grab. That also steals health. If I'm not mistaken, the first one to have these attacks is the Rondo of Blood Dracula, right? Like, specifically the energy balls. Alright, YouTube is saying that you say name, Wasabi. Is that what you meant to say? You probably wanted to say Nam, right? And YouTube translated it for no reason. I will be willing to guess. I wonder in what language name is Nam. Well, probably more common than I think, but... yeah. That's YouTube for you. So how do you avoid that grab? Doesn't seem like jumping is enough. Oh, so in French, Nam is name. I will assume that it's pronounced differently, probably. You can stop speaking French even by accident. Alright, so this is an issue because this is not a... fuck. How do I avoid that, damn it? Because I can... Well, unless it's with the backflip, probably with the backflip. The issue is that this is not a shared hell bar between faces. This is most likely a full bar for the first phase. Well, most likely, no, it is, clearly. And then there will be a second phase, a second bar for the second phase, so... That's an issue, honestly. It's fine. Also, I'm surprised that I haven't used all the energy in the previous attempt. Pretty weird. No. I feel like they gave him too much health for the first phase. Because you can tell that one whip attack is not... Okay, I tried jumping and doing the backflip and it didn't work, so... Unless I'm supposed to run away, but... It feels like it's something that it never works, usually, to avoid that sort of shit. But I don't know what else it could be. Okay, it seems to be running away. That's odd. Yeah, I guess it is. So, promise that by the time you realize that attack is coming, it's an issue. But the real issue here is this guy having this much health, and what's even worse, the fact that he can heal if he lands that hit. You know, I'm starting to think that it might be a good idea to use the knife, because the adze, or well, the bone, is falling short here. So it cannot reach very far, and sometimes he does spawn quite far. Now the question is, what could he even have as a second phase, because in the regular game his phases were simply launching more shit, right? No, okay, so you start here, so basically the map having two bosses in the stage that it shows makes absolutely no sense. Like, it's there for no reason. It's fine, I don't mind. It's certainly better than having the two stages be part of the same checkpoint, clearly. A weird decision to show them up like that. Maybe it was originally thought like that and they were like, no dude, what are you doing? Don't do that, it's a bad idea. What is here? There's most likely a secret in there, but I have no clue what it could be. I have no clue how to even confront a secret like that. Oh, nice fireball. What's this guy's fireball? Nice. Now, unfortunately, you don't have any healing before this. So essentially, the first attempt is kinda moot, right? Because unless you don't get hit on the way. Wait, what's that? There is something there. Right, like there is some weird energy. Am I getting the bad ending? Looks like one of those things like in Crash Bandicoot, where you're lacking a gem and it's showing the outline of the platform. Will be. Alright, I will try the knife. Might be a bad idea, but it's not like what I currently have is a much better idea, you know? Let's see. I mean, it can hit him, but as you can see, the damage is, to nobody's surprise, absolutely dog shit. It takes 3 knives to take 1 bar. So that's less than ideal. I mean, it's better than 0 damage, yes, but... I mean... will certainly be better. Now the issue is, since you don't know if the grab is coming, you kinda want to always be far from this guy. But yeah, being far means dealing less damage because the knife fucking sucks. And I don't think there is an item crash in this mode, right? Since this game does take things from Rondo of Blood, maybe there was an item crash, but I don't think so. I think that they will consider that too modern, even though there are multiple things already from Rondo of Blood. You know, that will be the limit. I hate that happens, that she lands and she cannot crouch in time. Because I've been getting hit by that exact same sequence multiple times now. If he has a well, he most likely has a second phase, but will we mess up because I don't even have magic to confront him. Well, then again, I would have used the knife anyway, so wouldn't have made a big difference. The issue here is that I need to approach him to deal damage, and yes, you can see approaching him when he has that in storage is dangerous. Alright. So, what's the second phase? Or maybe there is... No, yeah, there is... Oh, it's Dominic! Well, that's pretty funny. Like, Shivals just turns into Dominic. I was not expecting that plot twist, really. That's quite a plot twist. What's that? Okay, well, I somehow lost that. Problem is that you have a lot of health. It's kind of an issue. So that's essentially the worst attack she has. The fire. Because with that fire, like, it stays there for other attacks. So it's the worst thing she can do. Was that not a thing in normal mode? The fact that Dominic is the final boss, yes. The fact that Sheeval just casually turns into Dominic, no. Sheeval and Dominic are two different characters. Obviously, you could say he didn't turn into her and she simply appeared, but it certainly looked like he transformed into her. I know they are two different people. Dominic is also supposed to be a traitor. Yeah. Sheeval is simply cursed. Hey, don't worry. If you want these guys to have a happy ending, play Curse of the Moon, where they are all friends and everyone survives. The only problem is that the protagonist in that game is Sangetsu. Well, in those games, because there's two. Why are you French? No, Wasabi is not French, but he knows French. Or a little bit of it at least. No, ever since Bravi left a very long time ago, we don't have any French viewers. We did have also Deus. Deus is like probably one of my first usual viewers back then, obviously. Like he been a while since I seen him. I don't even know what he's doing, but it's been a while since Deus was here. Essentially Deus and Bravi were the two like regular French guys. It's been a very long time since both of them, so well, Bravi appeared like sometimes when I play a specific Toho game. But Deus, I don't know. I don't even know if he's alive. Last time he was, well, last time like years ago, I saw that he was working on a GitHub project. I don't remember exactly what GitHub project, but it was something there. But nowadays, what he's doing. Oh, and I almost forgot, AC Borgia is French too, I'm pretty sure. Well, he also hasn't appeared here in a little bit. Yeah, those are the French viewers that I had. Balls. Yeah, this is what these are. They are balls. Alright. So I got the first phase without getting hit. Now, I need Dominic to not be a bitch, but that's kind of like an impossibility. If it's Dominic, she has to be a bitch. Hey, those are just two ice thingies. That's the best attack she can do, assuming the fire thing is not active. Yeah, that sucks. You kinda spawn hit me there though. Was a little bit bullshit. Oh, okay, and right there, yeah, you spawn. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so. Oh, now you have stronger at. Wait, hold up. How do you want me to dodge that? The fuck? Oh, and this shit. Oh, that's bad. Alright, that is an issue. The fact that after what looks like half her health, she has stronger attacks. That's a little bit messed up. And I say a little bit because... yeah. Do you know, by the way, Kael, if this attack that I cannot do... yeah, that attack... does this deal more damage? So, it's very iffy to execute, so... even if it deals more damage, I don't think I can consistently pull it out. I mean, pull it off. I mean, it kinda looks like it deals more damage because of all the electricity, but you don't know, it could be a decoration, you know? Yeah, I feel like they gave this phase way too much health, but it's probably because it's hard mode. And maybe in hard mode they gave more health to everything. Just that in hard mode I will assume that the only thing that changed is how much damage you receive, but maybe not. Also, leaving the knives for Dominic seems completely worthless. Like, the issue with Dominic is not hitting her, it's surviving all the bullshit she has. So yeah. Oof, nice. Oh. At least now that I'm more used to see his animations, it's very obvious when he's out to do the growl. Like, he's basically in that crouching state, while in the other ones he's standing, so you can react to it very easily. Well, react to it very easily, assuming he doesn't spawn right next to you. I think that he purposely cannot spawn next to you when that happens. And when I say next to you, I mean literally next to you, not like close, because yeah, technically he is close. I mean very close. I guess it depends also if you are moving, because right there I was in the middle of moving, and he was decently close. Oof, that was almost contact damage. Alright. I still have knife usages, but I think I'm gonna use them to chop my balls, because it seems that that's more useful than to use it against these bosses. Wait, you're already using that? So wait, you can use this power-up versions whenever you feel like it. Well, that's messed up. I thought you only did that at halfway. Oh, you can hit the ice. Well, that makes things a lot different. You can just hit the ice casually. And you're also supposed to hit the fire. Then if I had known that on the first attempt, I probably would have beaten it on the first try. Yeah, and also obviously the fire. It's a lot easier than it looks. The only problem, I guess, it's the electricity if she decides to do those multi-directional lasers. Yeah, those. I somehow am not getting hit here. I'm glad. Damn, can you believe that? I use the knife. Wait, why are you not dying, actually? Oh, you die. Oh, wait. Okay, nice. Yeah, I used the knives at the end and they are so useless they didn't even work. Pretty funny. But I win. Because I'm assuming that's the end. Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, well, is it the end? Let's just see. Because maybe it's not. Yeah, it seems to be. Alright. That was cool. I mean, honestly, considering that this is a completely like additional content that you get without paying anything more than for the base game, because it's those are the credits, but I'm assuming yeah they are the credits. But yeah, for that I think it does a very good job, because you know it, as I say, replicates the original Castlevania pretty well, and in fact I think it took me the same time to beat it as it took me like the time I streamed Castlevania 1, or a similar amount. Like this is usually what it takes you to beat Castlevania if you are not prepared, because yeah, if you are prepared you can beat it in like half an hour, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty cool, and yeah, it replicates the feeling of the originals pretty well. It does have like all these additional tools like backdash, backflip, slide that were not in the original, but to be fair, some stages also do things that in the original didn't happen. Like, for example, the knights pointing downwards. Well, and the bosses also being a lot more complex. It depends. I guess the doppelganger was mostly the complex one, because the death fight was pretty similar to the original. And the final boss, even though it had a lot more health than the original, it's mostly what you expect difficulty-wise, right? Like, pattern-wise, it's very different, of course, but yeah, I think that it's pretty well done. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay for this DLC. You do have to pay, by the way, for the Dominic DLC. There is a classic mode, just like this one, but starring Dominic, that is a pay DLC. So yeah, that one you do have to pay, but this one is completely free. Like, it comes with the game. I think they added it in an update, like it didn't come like as soon as the game released, but hey, it's a free update, right? So yeah, very nice, very enjoyable. Honestly, I like it. Also pretty cool that they just have like an image for every boss here, just casually for the credits. That's pretty cool. But yeah. Also, I like how they are recording this with 99 Magic, because they know that whoever recorded that will get fucked otherwise. And it's probably they also have a god mode. And then Miriam just walks. Well, she's sad because Shibol is dead. It happens. I don't think there is a good ending where Shibol survives. Well, there isn't a good ending where Shibol survives even in the normal game. Or Dominic, for that matter. Thank you for your continued support. I mean, I feel kind of like a poser for that, because I played this like, what, 5 years or 6 years after it released. So here you have some statistics. Well, yeah, the one that kicked my ass was a stage. Well, that's the weird thing. See, the game does consider the stage with death and with the final boss as a unified stage, but not checkpoint wise, so that's a little bit weird. But hey, whatever. And yeah, that's the statistics of the sub items. I used the time stop more, apparently, I guess. And the one that I used the least was the cross. It would be the dagger if it wasn't for the fact that the final boss I used it because it's the only weapon you can kind of use. But yeah, that was the classic mode. And I guess, well, it's pretty early to end the stream, but I don't really have anything else to do, because the other modes, I already did boss rush mode, I did like one of the boss revenge modes, and the other ones are the full game, but with like a special thing, like speedrun obviously is what it says. You play for speedrunning, randomizer, I'm assuming randomize items and enemy. And Chaos mode, I'm not sure what it is, but it's probably something similar to randomizer. Well, and versus, actually I don't know what versus is, but I don't think it's something that I should do now. But anyways, I will end the stream here, so thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one, and take care.